Hello. Welcome to Premier Football Chat. I just thought I'd drop a quick video on the game last night in the FA Cup between the two Premier League teams, which were Wolves against Liverpool at Molineux. So this was a replay. So yeah, from the game that took place at Anfield about 10 days ago. So yeah, that was a thriller. That was a 2-2 thriller, really good end-to-end game. I thought Wolves should have gone through in that game, but fortunately for them, they weren't able to get the job done. And yeah, there's a controversial goal in that one between Mo Salah, who scored when can't remember his name. Totti headed it, and yeah, Salah was in an offside position, but it shouldn't have stood. But anyway, let's get into this game. And I thought like this game wasn't the best of games, to be honest. The funniest thing about this game was the yeah, so the funniest thing about this game was what happened in the studio in the build-up before with the phone that was put underneath the table, and it made some interesting noises. We'll just say that. Yeah, and yeah, a lot of people were putting it on Danny Murphy, but it turned out to be some YouTubers, and yeah, BBC had to apologise. And I'm sure you've seen that video. And yeah, in terms of the actual game, it was a bit of a drab game, to be honest. What the only interesting things that really happened in the first half was when the lights went out in the first couple of minutes at the stadium. So yeah, there was a brief stoppage in play, and then Harvey Elliott scored a really good goal from a Liverpool point of view. But from a Wolves point of view, it was very poor defending. They just sort of like stood off him and backed off and backed off. Keeper was too far off his line. Harvey Elliott took a looping shot and it went in, and that settled the tie. And yeah, it didn't get much better in terms of quality after that in the game. I think yeah, they had an offside goal, Liverpool, which was clearly offside through Mo Salah. And Wolves had a free kick through Neves, which was comfortably saved by Keller. But yeah, in terms of Liverpool, they're the holders now, so, and they of the FA Cup, and they progress to the next round away at Brighton. So it's a chance for them to get a bit of redemption after their poor performance on Saturday down at Brighton. So yeah, in terms of yeah, this game, like it wasn't the best of games, to be honest. Wolves had a few chances, but the finishing was very poor. So reminiscence of last season where they had chances but didn't really take them, and well, they struggled to create as well, quality ones. Adama Traore, who's got a lot of pace, and if you played against him, it'd be an absolute nightmare. But when you look at his output in terms of goals and assists, it's nowhere near as what it should be. And part of it's just down to erratic finishing and quality of crossing. But and also he's quite fast as well. So when he gets forward, it's hard for the support to get up there in time to support him because he haven't got enough pace. But I know Wolves have signed an attacker. I don't know much about him, to be honest. So yeah, they'll be looking to score more goals, and yeah, hoping that this performance isn't replicated in terms of quality, because they played really well at Anfield and created quite a lot of chances. So I was expecting it to be a really good game. And yeah, well, Liverpool made I think 8 changes as well, so it was a chance for them to progress, but they didn't really get going, to be honest. And yeah, Liverpool will be happy just to get a win, to be honest. I think Jurgen Klopp's feeling it a bit. You can tell in his interviews, so he'll be a bit relieved. And yeah, going forward for Liverpool, they just need to work on their defence, because at the moment, what I see with Liverpool, their defensive line is quite high, which is pretty much the same as it has been for the past few years. But their attackers aren't pressing the ball as much. So if you give quality players enough time on the ball, and your defensive line's that high, they can just pick a through pass or a ball over the top, because the press isn't happening as much with as much intensity as it used to. So yeah, the opposition are now able to break through the lines and pick a pass, and there's a lot of space behind the Liverpool defence for teams to get in behind and create chances. So that's something what Liverpool need to work on, and I thought they would have done during the World Cup break, but they seem to have the same issues in games. Didn't occur too much in this one, but in general, it's been happening quite a bit this season. And also, they haven't really got like a creative number 10 in midfield like other teams such as an Arsenal with Odegaard, and yeah, Man United have like the likes of Bruno and Eriksen who can create in them through the middle, and then City just have a whole host of players such as like Bernardo Silva, and yeah, they've got Gundogan who can create as well. and they've got like players like Grealish and Foden who can create on the wings as well. Whereas Liverpool don't seem to have that. They seem to have their creativity comes from the wings, from the fullback, sorry, through the likes of Robertson and Trent. But they haven't got really much of a creative spark in midfield. But they've got some good players coming through in the likes of Harvey Elliott, Carvalho, and yeah, certainly I can't remember his name now. It escapes me, but he's like a teenager. He played really well in the game earlier this season at Aston Villa. He got a goal as well. So they do have a few good players coming through. But yeah, they just need to just try create a bit more chances and maybe just adapt to a new style of play, because they haven't. It's quite obvious that they haven't got their legs to press as much as what they used to, and teams are just finding a bit more space and time on the ball to pick a pass. And yeah, I feel like the defensive line's a bit too high for that. So I think they need to like look at dropping off a bit, and the opposition have the ball if you're not going to press, because they'll just pick passes and score. So yeah, that's just a brief video and my thoughts of the game. Not too much happened, to be honest. I was falling asleep because it wasn't the best of games. And yeah, funniest thing, like I said, was that phone making those noises and the lights going off at Molyneux. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hit the like button and subscribe, and I am out. I'm off to the gym.